welcome back. I'm LaFay. Now, most of us in the Western world have heard, or probably even observed, Easter. And now I need a quick show of hands. How many of us have heard of Ostara? Well, you're going to hear about it today. Let's start with the basics. Ostara is a pagan Sabbat that is also known as the spring or vernal equinox. This year, 2019, Ostara is on March 20th at 5:58 p.m. Eastern Time because I live in Michigan. Ostara is especially exciting because it marks the official arrival of spring! Yay! Although conversely, in the southern hemisphere, March 20th would mark the arrival of autumn. So those of you in the southern hemisphere, blessed Mabon. Because Ostara is an equinox, that means that we experience equal parts of daylight and nighttime. Nightlight? Non-light. The goddess that is most commonly celebrated and honored on Ostara is in fact the goddess Ostara. She also goes by other names. I believe it would be pronounced Estor, variations of that spelling. I can put the spelling right here because I don't know if I'm pronouncing them correctly. The goddess Ostara is the goddess of springtime itself, of fertility, growth, and the earth. The exact embodiment of what it is we are observing and celebrating at this moment in time. There are two other major deities that also might be honored on Ostara, and that would be Demeter. Pronunciation is hard sometimes. Common symbols and representations that you might see for Ostara would be things like grass, seeds, flowers, eggs, rabbits, baby animals, other things to represent balance, black and white, sun and moon, things that are opposite but equal. Now, if some of those symbols sound familiar, perhaps they remind you of another popular springtime holiday? Yes, most of what can be found in red does say that the Christian Easter holiday did borrow quite a lot of its traditions from the pagan traditions of the time. If you don't know, the Christian Easter holiday is the holiday marking the time when Jesus resurrected after being crucified. And really, it's a great parallel because Ostara is a Sabbath of rebirth and renewal, and Jesus rising is rebirth. Ostara, though, doesn't just concentrate on rebirth. While that's very important, there is also a great focus on fertility and the quickening of the womb and the goddess getting ready to be full, essentially. And that's why you see a lot of things with eggs and rabbits. In the interest of keeping this video on the short side and also sticking to just the basic introduction of Ostara, I think I'm going to stop right here. But in the coming weeks, I will be sharing my altar tour for Ostara. It's one of my favorite altars to set up. It's so nice to put bright colors out. And also I will share how we as a family prepare for our Ostara celebration and what our observance looks like. But in the section Beyond the Veil, let me know, have you heard of Ostara? And if you do observe Ostara, what are your favorite traditions? What's something that you do? Go ahead and share that down below. Thank you so much for stopping by and spending a little bit of time with me. Make sure please to give this video a like if you learned something, if this was the first time you heard of Ostara, if you just had fun. Also, subscribe so we can keep being friends and you don't miss out on the next few videos that I'm going to make on Ostara. Until then, I will see you next time. Bye!